Good evening, and welcome to the Evacuation Day Fairgrounds here in our fair city of Boston, Massachusetts, for tonight's game between the Milwaukee Dutchmen and the Boston Ruffians. At this time, we would like to introduce the starting lineup of the visiting Milwaukee Dutchmen. Batting first, the third baseman, number 27, Venus Jackson. Batting second, the center fielder, number 45, Chesty Squiders. Batting third, the shortstop, number 11, Hoon McMunch. Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 28, Bustles Muxon. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 23, Nello Buthrot. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 8, Hofty Bagdood. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 46, Boys Hardin. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 15, Rob Dobster. And batting ninth, the pitcher, number 6, Donut Shookworth. And let's make some noise as we rough up for the Ruffians. Here they are. Let's give a good cheer for our Ruffians as they take the field for tonight's game. Here they are. The left fielder, number 14, Wiggly Bispo. The right fielder, number 17, Throat Boulder. The shortstop is number 5, Pretend Esposito. The center fielder is number 6, Slog Thombid. The first baseman is number 3, Gert Junkson. The catcher is number 26, Nib Corker. The second baseman is number 9, Squire Pondward. The third baseman is number 35, Virgil Sacrifice. And taking the mound for tonight's game, the starting pitcher, number 46, Bruce Dapper. Let us please give a good cheer for our home side as we rough them up for the Ruffians.
Beautiful evening here at the Evacuation Day Fairgrounds in our fair city of Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Hamsteak here at Radio WBZ. The only place you're going to hear Boston Ruffians playing baseball. And they're taking the field today. Bruce Dapper is on the mound. He's gonna hit the industry right off the bat. Venus Jackson hits a home run. Get things started. Not the way we wanted to start already, but here we are. You know, I was just going to say how the Milwaukee Dutchmen have lost the first 2 games of this series with the Ruffians. Boston with a win can tie Milwaukee. Both teams would be 11 and 15 after today. I'm sorry, that's actually only the second game of the series. My mistake. So Boston did win the first game of the series. Boston are coming in this game with a 4-game winning streak. And that's going to be Hoon McMunch hitting out for out number 1 with Squiders on first. It's already 1-0 for the Dutchmen, the away side. Milwaukee actually looking to do something because they lost 4 straight as well. And they had a good charge on. And they're down to 11 and 14 as well. So a big jumble in the bottom half of the Continental League. And any team can just go on a run and find themselves up the tables again, as we saw with Chicago doing that now. New York's been doing well. Perhaps Boston can do the same thing. That is going to be Bustles Muxon. Oh, excuse me, that is actually Nello Buthrot with a double, bringing Chesty Squiders over. Here's Hofty Bagdood. Bagdood's only played 8 games this season so far. He's coming in for Joey Bread in left field. He's going to pop that one up. And the inning. So it's going to strand 2 runners on second and third, but there's still a home run from Venus Jackson to start things off and put the Ruffs behind by a score of 1-0. Well, Wiggly Bispo takes a swing at the first pitch, and it's going to pop it up to the shortstop from McMunch for out number 1. Here's Trope Boulder. On the mound today is Donut Shookworth. He's 0-3 today, so this might be a good chance to get a good pitcher who's out of form lately. His ERA's 6.82. And that's a 2-1 count. Facing Trope Boulder, who's batting 273. Gonna hit it right to McMunch. That should be out number 2. And here comes Pretend Esposito, who's really been a bit of a star for the Rough so far this season. Batting 333. Gonna ground that one out. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Shookworth. And we go to the top of the second. Let's talk about how good Esposito is. He's a great fielder, a great shortstop. He batted 235 last season for the Roughs, 333 so far this season, so he has really just come into his own and figured out how to just become a more well-rounded player. He actually started about 7th in the batting order. He's up at 3 now, and I think it's a good spot for him. It's going to be Boyce Harden, the first baseman, batting 381. Doesn't play too often either. This is only his 9th game of the season. Of course, game number 26 of our 84-game season. He grounds it out. Rob Dobster, the catcher, 314. He's going to be on with a single. And we go to the pitcher already, Donut Shookworth. Pop that one into foul territory for the first pitch. Bruce Dapper needs to get a little bit calmed down. That's a good way to do it. He's going to throw it right to Esposito to get Junction of Fancy Dan to end the inning. Brought to you by Fancy Dan Falco Products. Put more pop in your quaff with Fancy Dan. Don't be a Mitchell, be a Fancy Dan. All the things I'm supposed to read here. All I know is the Rough's going to take the plate right now. And it's going to be Slog Thornton, who's batting 306. He's the cleanup hitter because we don't have Rogue Bison in today. Get Junction on deck. Playing first today. Rogue Bison had a day the other day where he just...
Take your base.
3 home runs. 3 home runs from Rogue Bison. Unbelievable. Went 4 for 5. Slug Thornton's going to walk. This brings up Gert Junction. That's actually the second walk of the season for Slug Thornton. Donald Shook was thrown 7 walks this season so far. Again, this is his 7th stat. 13 strikeouts. And that's going to be number 14 as he gets Gert Junction. Junction striking out for the 10th time this season. Bringing up Nib Parker. And that's not a good thing to be talking about for Gert to, Gert kind of, he had a habit of striking out last season when he played in Chicago. But I think they're just kind of figuring out what to do with him here in our fair city. He's not been the batting,
Take your base.
the big batting boost that our team has needed. Thankfully, we found it elsewhere. In the meantime, Rogue Bison, of course, still kind of playing first base on the regular. Of course, getting a rest today. 2 runners on. That's going to be popped up into foul territory. Squire Pongward playing second base today. He's going to be 0 for 1 now. And now we go down to Virgil Sacrifice, who's playing third base today. He's going to hit it right to Dello Buckrot. It's going to strand 2 and leave a 0 on the board. So nothing doing there. 2 walks, a strikeout, and 2 stranded.
Outside.
That brings us to the top of the third. Venus Jackson hit the home run. He's already taken more pitches this at-bat. Gonna hit it right to Gert Junction. Throws it to Dapper, who steps on the bag. And diving onto it is Dapper. All right, then, get on there. Get on that ball. Throw it to Gert Junction and get Chesty Squiders out for out number 2. That's the kind of grit and determination we like to see here. You know, just cause your pants are nice and white and with your socks looking all creamy like that, don't mean you don't got to get some dirt on them. And Who McMunch is going to hit it right to Pretend Esposito, and it's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. Bruce Dapper
Steer right.
A big swing at that one. His first at bat. He's actually batting pretty well for a pitcher. 231 this season. 3 hits, 1 RBI. Not too bad. That's going to just barely be foul. That would have been a bit of a problem. He'd been on base with that one, too. He's going to strike out swinging. So that's strikeout number 2 today for Donut Shookworth. And that's out number 1. We go up to the top of the order. It's Wiggly Bispo. Second time today. And then right to Venus Jackson. Gets himself set. Makes the throw to first. Goes right to Boys Haddon. And here comes his Trope Boulder. And it's going to be out number 3 for the Ruffs. So it's still only 1-0, but just can't really figure out how to get some offense going just yet this season. Well, this season, yeah, kind of this season. But this game so far, that's going to be Bustles Muxon starting things off with a single. Muxon's batting .275. And Nello Buthroth has found himself at that second base spot. Had a double in the first, ultimately stranded. Batting .367, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. He's going to strike out swinging, so that is the first strikeout for Bruce Dapper. That is number 16 for him on the season. And it brings up Hofty Bagdude, who went 0 for 1 in the first. He's going to be on with a single, though. That's going to keep things going, moving Muxon to second. Well, Stompin in center field was right there for the ground ball. And we go to Boys Haddon. Boys Haddon giving Booty Kooks a bit of a rest today at first base. Haddon was one of the Leighton Park Lowlanders, and they're going to be going to maybe moving a little bit south. He's going to be hit right to a fancy Dan to end the inning. That's not too bad right there. Not too bad right there, and that's going to get put out a 0 on the board. It's only one little blip on the error sheet today. Ken Esposito is going to line that one right to, I believe that was Boys Haddon getting the catch. Territory. And Junkson's going to get that one. He's going to be on with extra base. That's going to get over the head of Hoon McMunch. Trickle all the way to the wall. Hofty Bagdude has to get it. He slid in with a double. And 2 outs. Get Junkson is now in scoring position. That's only double number 4 for him this season. And unfortunately, he's going to be stranded as Nib Parker hits it right to the pitcher, gets him at first, and that will do it for the inning. So after 4, it's still only 1-0. Not seeing a lot of run production today, but good. Johnson, a little too early to be talking about going with 0 hits. You know, we had that so very close this season over in New York. As Rob Dobster is going to be on with a single, just barely beating the run. Well, that's going to Donut Shookworth getting the out making the out happen at first. So it moves Dobster to second. Okay, breaks up a little bit of a double play there. And Dapper not too worried, doesn't look like, but Venus Jackson, gets Venus Jackson off the play. I don't know if that was a control issue. Oh my goodness, well, that might have been a little bit of a way to get back at him. Bruce Dapper is not looking okay. He just took that right off the melon. And he is definitely hurt. And it looks like, Rogue Bison's going to come in for Get Junction. And it looks like Sandy Carfax coming in for Bruce Dapper. Oh, that is not good at all. Fancy Dan to end the inning. I mean, that's fantastic. And yeah, buy some hair products. But we got to find out if Bruce Dapper's going to be okay, because that is not okay that he just took that right off the melon. And we're going to have to find out. We're gonna see the attendant to him. They had to just drag him off the field, I think, as is typically customary. Squire Pondwood pops it up for out number 1. And with Virgil's sacrifice on first, we go down to Rogue Bison. Dobster going leaping for that one. Thought he could just, like he was climbing a wall, like he was trying to on a prison break or something. And he's gonna get Rogue Bison swinging. So that is strikeout number 3 for Donut Shookworth, who is looking really good today. Facing Wiggly Bispo, and that's gonna be on with a single for Bispo. It moves sacrifice to third.
That's a strike.
And with 2 outs, here is Boulder not having much luck today. 0 for 2. He can outrun it. Doesn't look like he can. It goes right to whom the punch. Has to dive on it, throws it. So puts a 0 up on the board. Not any scoring happening. That's for 2 runners. And we go to the top of the 6th, 1-0. You're listening to Radio WBZ, Boston's home of the Ruffians. And my name is Mil Hamsteak. I'm only going to listen to me on Radio WBZ. What? Am I going to work for another radio station? That's not how that works.
Hi.
Sandy Carfax coming in late in the 5th inning. And he's going to get the strikeout, Ahoon McMunch.
Hi.
Well, Muxon will ground it right out to Pondwood. Bison with the catch. And Sandy Carfax coming in the 5th inning for Bruce Dapper. We will see if he's got any sort of serious injuries. He did not look good. He took one right off the dome. And that's going to be another out. That was Nello Buckroth. So a 1-2-3 inning for Sandy Carfax. We started to see him go a little bit longer in these games now. He's
Outside.
you obviously wish you wouldn't see your relief pitches coming in long. But, he's got the talent to do it. So, unfortunately, Bruce Dapper was looking really good today despite that 1 home run at the very beginning. Pretend Esposito was going to be on first. His first hit of the game. And we had to slug Thombit. 0-2 count. That's going to be high for ball 1. And gets him looking. That is strikeout number 4 for Donut Shookworth today. That was Carfax, who doesn't do much for it, but gets out. And it's Nib Corker with 2 outs. Very high and dramatic looking foul. However, that is Nib Corker going to be on with a single, and that's going to try to send home. Gets him in time. That's Pretend Esposito running it out. An RBI single for Nib Corker. That's only his 3rd RBI of the season, but it's tied at 1. And let's have out with Squire Pondwood going to be on with an extra base hit just down the first base line. He's going to slide in the 2nd. That's going to move Corker to 3rd. Good fielding by Bustles Muxon in right field to keep a runner from going home. Here is Virgil's sacrifice. Had a single in the 5th. 1 for 2 today. Not known for really having a strong bat. And unfortunately, he keeps that reputation. He's only batting 158 this season. He lines it right out to Venus Jackson. So a 1 on the board for the Ruffs. Tied up. And coming in to pinch hit for Hofty Bag Dude is gonna be Max Beef. So I'm a bit Max Beef is a shortstop. We've seen him kind of play a little bit of catcher as well. And he's gonna drop that one into deep center field. Slug Bumpet has to get it. It is a double for Max Beef, and a double of Beef right there at a 1-2 count brings up Boyce Haddon. Max Beef is batting .451 this season. That is a guy you could bring off your bench anytime and get something from him. I'm kind of shocked they don't have him starting. Boyce Haddon's going to pop that one up in foul territory. Foul number 1. Top of the 7th here. Tied at 1. Ruffians, Dutchmen. Big swing for Dobster. Is it going to go right to the glove of Slug Thombid? It's going to cause Beef to tag up, and yeah, they had to go with a relay throw. So it does move Beef to third. And it's now, is it going to be Donut Shookworth? It is going to be Donut Shookworth. And he's not make good contact. It's going to be right to the pitcher. Throws to Bison. Strands Beef at third. And it's still tied at 1. We have a good stretch. Bottom of the 7th. And Joey Bread going to come in for Max Beef. Basically coming in for Hofty Bag Dude in left field.
Steer right.
Rogue Bison. Batting .329 this season. Didn't really get to say that when he first was up. That's going to be the second strikeout for me. He's going to look at that one going by. That is strikeout number 7 that he has had this season. Donut Shookworth, 5 strikeouts this game. That puts him at 18 on the season. This is easily his best performance as they get, as McMunch throws to Haddon and get Bispo out. And his throw Boulder all of a sudden with 2 out. Diving onto it is Buthrot. Throw to Shookworth in time. The 1-2, well not, 1-2-3 inning. And just like that, the Dutchmen this is the fielding we've seen from them all last season that got them a championship. And starting things off, Venus Jackson's going to ground that one up. His chesty Squiders, 1 for 3 today, with a single in the first.
Outside.
Fouls it off, tied at 1.
Outside.
2-1 the count for Squiders. And it's going to go sailing over the shoulder of Carfax. Slug Dombid trying to slide in for it. But Squiders is in with his second hit of the day. That is a single, bringing up Poon McMunch, who's over 3 today. Batting .385 on the season, just not doing any of that today. He's been stopped by Bruce Dapper and by Sandy Carfax. Smashes that one. Is it far enough? I don't know if it is. It could. No, it's going to be right at the warning track. Wiggly Bispo with the catch. Out number 2. And that would have been Hoon McMunch's 4th home run of the season if he hit it just a little bit further. But right now, 2 outs. Bustles Muxon, only a single for him today. Yeah, they're going to try to walk him. That was a pitch out, I see. But no, they're just trying to bat around him. I think Carfax is looking a little tired. 3-1 the count. Of course, they've got Lou Gehrig's disease and Carlisle County before they have to worry about going to. Well, they're going to walk Muxon. I don't think that wasn't intentional, obviously. But maybe we're seeing a little bit of tiredness from Sandy Carfax. 31 pitches.
Go high. Inside.
And he is going to hit it right to Pretend Esposito, and the fielder's choice to Pondwood retires the side. So, keeps a 0 on the board. We're tied at 1, bottom of the 8th. Pretend Esposito getting things started. Esposito, Thombid, and, well, potentially Koufax. But I got to imagine they, with the ninth inning coming up, they might want to try to use a pinch hitter, and that's going to be Pretend Esposito swinging for the strikeout. And that is how Donut Shookwas is going to go out with 6 strikeouts.
Too low.
And it's Bood Hooges, the close-up. Gonna get Slogs Bombay out, hitting it right to McMunch, throwing to Haddon. And it's gonna be Coke Can Lloyd as a pinch hitter. Well, one swing at that, and he's gonna hit it right to Nello Buthrot. And Stump downtown the third. We'll stat things out. Facing Joey Bread
Direct.
for the Dutchmen. Bread batting .322 this season. He is not well, that's going to be his first at bat for the day, and it's going to be out. So Boys Haddon, 0 for 3 today. Not the worst set of people to be facing. Rob Dobster, 2 for 3. He's on deck right now. 1 out, and that's going to be foul. So still 0 and 2.
Too high.
Ball 1, 1 and 2 to count. Pops that one high up in the air. Can Bison get to it? Doesn't get to it in time. Still 1 and 2. Stump downtown the third. Only one save this season. He's got a 1 and 1, and he strikes out Boys Haddon. And here comes, instead of Rob Dobster, Booty Quooks. So he's going to be playing a little bit of catcher, and that's going to go right off of Virgil Zacharias' glove. It's going to put Quooks on first. Just a tough one to get on top of. He blocks it with his body, but just could not keep it on his glove and get up in time. So here's Bood Hooges, who is going to bat. I'm a bit surprised. They have Beth Factory in the bullpen to go to if they wanted to. But Hooges, right to Virgil's sacrifice, who makes up for it. Well, what a diving catch. You know what I'm going to say? That catch is worth the salt, which is why it's going to be brought to you by Salt. Some seasoning, put it on your food. It's really good. You get it anywhere. Find it where salt's sold. It's got some deer on the packaging. You follow the deer, you find salt. That's how it works. You go to a store, you ask for it, you find it, you buy it, you use it.
Strike 3. You're out.
That was Nib Parker striking out for out number 1. Dwyer Pongwa hit a double his last at bat. Chance for the Ruffs to get a walk-off win. Bottom of the 9th, tied at 1. Radio WBZ. My name is Mil Hamsteak. Of course, you knew that already. Who else could it be? Calling all the Ruffian games this season on Radio WBZ. Broadcasting here from our fair city of Boston, Massachusetts, the Evacuation Day Fairgrounds. 1-1, bottom of the 9th. That's going to be popped up to Chesty Squiders. Foul number 2 is Virgil Sacrifice. 1 for 3 today for him. Pops it up. Is it going to stay in play? Boys Haddon gets out number 3. So we go to extra innings, free baseball, as I like to say it. And it's going to be popular order for the Dutchmen, so it's a good chance for them to get some strong batting. And they're going to start things off with a leadoff single. This is a bit of a worry because they have a leadoff single now. Venus Jackson, third hit of the game. He's on with a single, no outs, facing Stump downtown to third. And that's going to be Squiders bunting over Jackson. Out number 1. Boone McMunch 0 for 4 today. Not having a great day, but I mean, if this is going to be a time to get you hit, this is it. Hits that foul, and 0-2 still to count. That's low for ball 1. Come downtown to third. Already come in for, this is going to be his third inning technically. Gets the out. That's the 7th out for him. Hits throat boulder, and just barely tagging up is Venus Jackson. So Bustles mucks him with 2 outs. Is that going to get there in time? It is not. It is going to be right to Rogue Bison. Stranding Jackson. So they did everything perfectly except get the last hit they needed. Good defense by the Ruffs when they needed to. They got a chance to win it here in the bottom of the 10th. Boot Hooges faces Rogue Bison.
Pitches outside.
And Hooges coming in for a long stay as well. That's going to put Bison on with his first hit of the game. A single to left field. Joey Bread has to field it. And he has Wiggly Bispo at the top of the order. So we got Bispo, Boulder, and potentially Pretend Esposito. Bispo's going to hit it for a single. Lining it right to right field. Bustles Muxon has to field it. And we got 2 on with no outs. Here is Throat Boulder.
Steer right.
Big swing for Boulder. He's 0 for 4 today. Hits it high. Is it far enough? Oh, what a dial jumping catch by Joey Bread. Robs a game winner for Throat Boulder with a jumping catch at the wall. These fences are very low here at the Evacuation Day Fairgrounds. Not too hard to hit a home run there. So Joey Bread timed it perfectly. However, Pretend Esposito, the throw, is it going to be in time? It is not. The Ruffs get the win. An RBI single from Pretend Esposito gets the walk-off win through 10 for the Boston Ruffians. RBI number 13 of the season for Pretend Esposito. And that is a very important one. That puts the Boston Ruffians at 11-15. That ties them with Milwaukee after today, who are now dropping to 11-15. Puts them in the mix with all these other teams that are kind of struggling a bit right now. Boston win their 5th straight game. Milwaukee lose their 5th straight game. And these 2 teams gotta do it again tomorrow. As, the final score, Milwaukee Dutchmen, 1 run, 12 hits, no errors. Boston Ruffians, 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors. So it was Venus Jackson's home run in the first, the very first at-bat, very first pitch, basically. And it took and it was the very last bat from Pretend Esposito that got the win for the Ruffians. Got him a walk-off win through 10. Big, big win there. Winning pitch is stumped downtown to third. Of course, it's going to be the closers here. So, yeah, it's going to be the closers. Stumped downtown to third. Gets a win on his a win decision. Going to be 2-1. Who just gets his first decision. It's a loss, so he's 0-1. But again, these are closers. They don't really go by those sorts of things. But that's what happens when you go long. So the closers had to go 2+ innings. And we thank our friends at the Honeyweed Tobacco Company, giving you fine hand-rolled cigarettes from the Carolinas and their tobacco roads. For the finest dandies of the day, going to be all defensive-minded, I feel like. The third finest dandy, Sandy Carfax, coming in for Bruce Dapper. We hope he's well. We're going to be sending our thoughts that way. Give you a report up on that as soon as we can. Sandy Carfax went 3 2/3, coming in for relief for the long haul. Got a strikeout, only 2 hits. Did all right for himself. Second finest dandy, Venus Jackson, 3 for 5 with a home run and an RBI. Of course, that was basically the only run he scored, the only run the Dutchman scored. And Bully, hey, credit to Donut Shookworth. He's the finest dandy of the day, getting a carton of Honeyweed cigarettes, going 7 1/3 innings pitched, only 1 run, 6 hits. Did pretty good for himself. I think he had how many strikeouts did he have? I'm looking at my notes. I don't think he had that many strikeouts, actually, now I'm thinking about it. He only had like 1 or 2 before Boot Hooges came in. Yeah. But he's the finest dandy of the day, brought to you by the Honeyweed Tobacco Company. Humbly requesting that you smoke weed every day. So, gets the finest dandy of the day. But hey, the Ruffs get the win where it matters, which is, of course, in the win column. And that means they have won 2 games straight against the Dutchmen. And after ending that series with ABH, on a high note, they're looking pretty good. They swept the series with ABH. They're running a 5-game winning streak right now. It's not too bad. They're 11-15, tied with Milwaukee. And, there's a big mix of jumble of teams from about 4th all the way down to 8th. So, a couple more wins and suddenly they're challenging for a top spot. So that's going to do it for us. I'm Mill Hamsteak. We'll be back again tomorrow here on Radio WBZ, Boston's radio in our fair city, for the final game of this series, as it's going to be Butters Velocidad taking the mound against Dave Dump McDan for the Dutchmen. And after that, then, the Ruffs have to go on the road to New York after that one. And for Milwaukee, they get a day off to travel back home, and they welcome the Philadelphia Brown Trousers, another team that's been doing really good these days. Continental League's really getting tough these days, folks. There's one or two teams at the top that are kind of running with it, but just watch that battle in the middle. A couple teams just go off for a run. The Ruffians go on a big, nice little win streak like this, and suddenly there's a third team at the top or something like that. So, anyway, I'm talking long enough. We got music for you coming after this. Radio WBZ. I'm Mill Hamsteak. As always, I'm going to bid you a good night, and let's say it with me, go Ruffs.